Thanks for checking out another clip of the Cashflow Contractor. We'd love to have you as a part of our audience. Click subscribe wherever you get your podcast. You mentioned that there's some challenges that, obviously as an entrepreneur, you have to be somewhat optimistic and blind to what the challenges are going to be, or else you won't really get started. But what were the things that kind of came up with running the software company? Because I'm sure there's listeners out there that are probably more critical of software companies than they realize. They don't understand the effort behind the ask when, why don't we have this feature or whatever it is. So what are some of those things that came up?
It's just one button, Khalil. It's just one button.
I
If you could
know.
just add me that one button, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say like this is something I've been thinking about a lot last couple weeks. I've said to our owners like on our mastermind and stuff, and I said like the chasm between good and great is vast, as it should be. And so like that became like extremely apparent to me when we started Copilot. And it's like, okay, it's good. And then we started to ramp up and it miserably failed and everything broke. And then I realized like, okay, the amount of work that's required to actually make this a phenomenal piece of software is like massive. And so the amount of investment, the level of engineers, like recruiting these engineers, because they're like great engineers have plenty of jobs. Like they aren't looking for work. And so how do I have a vision large enough for them to actually want to leave a really good job with a really good company with a really good stock package to come work for me? And I don't have a great track record. And so, the skill of recruitment, the skill of being able to share your vision succinctly to be able to attract someone that wants to join along in that vision has been the skill that I've had to refine. Like, hey, okay, we're going to go public and it's going to be within the next 7 to 10 years. And here's what that's going to look like. And we're going to bring together the franchise, the media, and Copilot and the software side together, and we're going to go public. And like, how do we work towards that? And like being very, very clear with that is important to be able to attract the type of talent required to scale that chasm of good to great. And so, depending much more on who instead of what I'm doing, I've always been someone who's like, oh, I see a problem, I'll just keep working until it's finished. I cannot code. I cannot fix these problems. And so it's very humbling to encounter problems in your business that you cannot fix them. It will require you working through other people. And that's a skill that it is not necessarily inherently baked into many of us. It's not just even leadership and being a great manager. It's a matter of being able to inspire others that have the skills you need and you cannot attain those skills. So that's been the learning curve over the past 8 to 9 months.
Well, and I think that's probably really valuable. Probably the most valuable skill you can learn as an entrepreneur. I think a lot of the construction owners that are probably listening to this podcast don't have that skill. I think I've learned some of that, but I think for the most part, I know how to get the job done. I just need to show someone how to do it so they can do it themselves. They can do it for me as well, rather than I need to find the person who can solve the problems I don't even know how to do. It's very difficult. And I think it holds a lot of our audience back, quite frankly, from reaching the next step because they're the bottleneck. Thanks for checking out a clip from the Cashflow Contractor. We have full episodes where we go deep on topics that help you grow a construction business that runs without you so you can have less stress, more time, more money. Now, we've got other videos, other clips, but if you want to check out the full episode for this clip, you can click wherever our editor put it. It might be here, it might be there, it might be over my face, I don't know. But thank you for checking us out. We'd love to have you as a part of our audience. So subscribe or check out a full episode wherever you get podcasts.